Many people are often under the assumption when they hear the phrase medical aid in dying. The assumptions range from, oh, it's suicide, it's euthanasia. It is not. People, like any other option, bring their own understanding and misconceptions. I think about medical aid in dying in this way. This is a personal perspective, and each person is responsible and it is available for them to take medical aid and dying in their own way that they can. It is an option. While it varies in some ways from state to state, a physician must first of all diagnose a terminal illness. And then there is a prescribed plan of action that the person must self-administer the medication that is life-ending. And I have to admit that, like most people, I had initial misconceptions, misunderstandings, and since becoming an advocate, I learned a lot about those misconceptions, which I now share, which I think are important. For example, in order to opt for medical aid in dying, one must be at least 18 years of age, be able to self-administer the medication, have a terminally ill diagnosis from a physician, and also to have their healthcare directive in place, and obviously to live in a state that has passed a law allowing for medical aid in dying. You can't do anything as a foundation. It's important to become informed in a way that is accurate so that there's no misinformation conveyed. Compassion and Choices as a nonprofit entity has been around for I think 3 or 4 decades. It's the work of the entity has been tremendous. I mean, 40 years, and now there's less than a dozen states that have passed legislation. Important, but it shows and indicates how tedious the work in advocacy is. I, for one, am glad to have the option of Compassion and Choices in medical aid in dying as a resident of Washington, D.C. I like to have the ability to have options for my end-of-life care. My name is Irene Jackson Brown. I am a gerontologist, and I'm also an strong advocate for Compassion and Choices.